This week in unnecessary censorship in music from our five. With Leo and the Cleatones. And now, more likely than not, here's Jimmy Kimmel!
Top-flight professional basketball. Earlier tonight from Cleveland, Ohio, Game 4 of the NBA Finals between the Warriors and the Cavaliers. It's been an exciting series and a tough ticket to get. Ticket prices in Cleveland shot up after Game 3 to an average price of $1,600 per seat. That was the average price. And, of course, you know, we all know tickets to the game are expensive. I think we expect that. But this is a photograph someone posted of the menu board at Oracle Arena where the Warriors play. A hot dog and beer costs, combo number one, $25.50. $25 isn't enough. They had to tack on the extra 50 cents. I guess they figure if you're paying $1,600 or $1,800 for your seat, you can no longer comprehend what amounts of money things are worth anymore. $10 for a napkin? Okay. Most of the talk this series has been about LeBron James, and rightly so. You have to believe that. I was thinking about this today. If you showed highlights of LeBron James playing to Dr. James Naismith, the guy who invented basketball in the late 1800s, if you showed him those clips, he would wet his pants and run away screaming. LeBron is a hero in Cleveland, worshipped by all who lived there, but it wasn't always that way. And we thought it would be fun tonight to take a look back at when he wasn't, a look back at those who said, farewell, LeBron, and why not? It is Throwback Thursday after all.
For him to go on there and drag us through the mud for 7 years and stab us in the heart, he deserves everything he gets. I hope he never wins anything.
This is terrible. This is the worst thing that could ever happen to Cleveland since Modell taking the Browns away. Bottom line. Bottom line.
I just want to say I'm a big LeBron fan, and this is the worst thing that could have ever happened to me.
I hope the franchise moves. I hope there's no more basketball in Cleveland.
I hope he never wins any championships wherever he's at, because he's a loser. He's not a winner.
It's embarrassing. Good riddance. Good riddance. Dan Gilbert will bring us a winner. We don't need LeBron.
That was a different time, I guess. And King James had them all beheaded. I was watching. This is why I write all my angry feelings in a diary. LeBron seems to be working hard not to let success go to his head. They asked him if he watched highlights of his 40-point performance in Game 3, and he said no, he was busy watching Chopped on the Food Network. For real. This whole Cavaliers team is really into food. Did you hear the coach, David Blatt, talking to them during a timeout? Play that audio.
David Blatt wired up.
Then you put the whole leg in the oven at 425 degrees and roast it until it's brown on the outside. And then you got to use a meat thermometer. If the internal temperature is over 135, it's overcooked. All right? Come on now.
You know what they say, there's no eye in meat. You probably noticed a lot of today's NBA players have tattoos, but Kyrie Irving, who's the star guard for the Cavaliers, who's out with another injury, has a tattoo I've never seen on not only an NBA player, but on another person before. This is Kyrie Irving. You see there, he's got the Friends logo on his forearm. Ironically, that's the kind of tattoo you get when you don't have friends to stop you from making terrible decisions like that. By the way, if you're a real fan of Friends, if you want a real Friends tattoo, Guillermo, show them what a real Friends fan's tattoo looks like. Now this, folks, that's what a Friends fan looks. Who is that, Guillermo?
Joey.
Oh, okay, all right. I'm impressed. Do you know the actor's name who plays Joey?
Yeah, Matt LeBlanc.
Close enough. Meanwhile, up in Canada, all eyes right now are on the Women's World Cup. There has been much soccer action today, but we went through all of it to find the best of the best, and that comes courtesy of today's tie game between Norway and Germany. This is our World Cup Play of the Day. kind of crazy. In South Carolina, 2 men were arrested for sending threatening emojis, posting threatening emojis on Facebook. That's something you wouldn't have seen on the police blotter in 1982. It's allegedly the men attempted to assault an unnamed male at his home in May, but this is what put it over the top. This is real. This is really what they posted. A fist with a finger pointing at an ambulance. If I was one of the guys who posted, I'd say I wasn't threatening him. I was just saying I was just going to fist bump him and then point him towards the ice cream truck. This is how we're communicating now. We're like cave people drawing pictures on the walls. Instead of telling someone they're dead meat, we text them a picture of a ghost and a steak. The men responsible have been charged with stalking. If convicted, they could face up to 5 years in prison, where they will have a great deal of explaining to do. Using words, yeah. Guys do dumb things, and it's not limited to America. Boredom has apparently set in a big way in Thailand, where some young men did what any reasonable group of kids would do. One of them stripped down to his underwear and let the other guys fill his shorts with fire ants. That definitely beats the ice bucket challenge. You want to know the weird thing? After they cleared off all the ants, all the little bite marks on his body, you know what they formed the shape of? The logo from Friends. This is something you might have heard about. In Colorado, where recreational marijuana is as legal as apple pie, they're opening a new vacation destination called Canna Camp. This is a cannabis-friendly camp for adults, of course, at which you can smoke pot. Finally, people can smoke pot at camp. It never happened before. They have all sorts of activities, camp-type activities, special meals for those who are smoking pot, and you can earn merit badges for things like bong carving, bird staring, fridge exploration, telling whoever you're with you should hang out more, considering hiking, forgetting you're in a canoe, and this is just keeping it together, too. So, Canna Camp. Maybe we'll send the band to Canna Camp this summer. Better than band camp. Hey, I don't want to bring it down, but some very sad news out of Hollywood this week. You've probably heard Matt Damon has a new movie coming out. I know, it doesn't make any sense to me either, but it's a movie from director Ridley Scott about an astronaut who gets left behind on Mars and has to find a way to survive. This will be the second movie where Matt Damon plays a guy who's stranded in space. You know, when Ben Affleck goes into space, he's blowing up a meteor to preserve the human race. Matt Damon goes up there, he gets lost and has to be saved. Anyway, the movie comes out October 2nd. They released the trailer for it this week, and I have to admit, I am intrigued.
For astronaut Mark Watney, 6 was a crowd. Life was on autopilot, and his love life was going nowhere fast until he lined the walls with plastic and did some deep space exploration of his own. Because sometimes the greatest love of all is under the zipper of your spacesuit. Matt Damon is the Mastronaut. Emission to Mars. In your face, Neil Armstrong.
44 years he spent with himself researching that role. All right, before we march on, it's Thursday night, which means it's time to bleep and blur the big TV moments of the week. Whether they need it or not, it is this week in unnecessary censorship.
On behalf of all New Yorkers, racing fans, everybody who horses, this is for you.
The next nominee for Best Musical features choreography.
Hey, I'm a big guy. I like big.
Got a story of some dogs f***ing on Long Island.
An Ohio father is talking about how he off a black bear that was f***ing his son in the.
I'm looking forward to our fans, and I can't wait to our fans.
I'm starved. What's for dinner? Another piping hot platter of.
Those are some great tips. Thank you so much.
Yes.
I appreciate it.
I can say this: upstate New Yorkers were clearly
attacked by their governor.
Ooh.
Tonight, we're kicking your ass.
Everybody on three. Your ass on. 1, 2, 3.
Jack and Becky go to Oakland to try to convince Warriors fans to change their team name to something less violent. How will they react? Negatively. That's next, so stay up.
Portions of Jimmy Kimmel Live are brought to you by Gillette and Old Spice. Get Dad what he really wants this Father's Day. Visit your nearest Rite Aid today or go to RiteAid.com.
And music from R5 on the way. But first, there's been a lot of controversy in recent years when it comes to the names of a number of professional sports teams. The Washington Bullets, for instance, are now the Washington Wizards because bullets are a weird thing to root for. But fans can be very passionate about their traditions and very stubborn, so we decided to have some fun with that. We sent a pair of community activists named Jack and Becky to Oracle Arena in Oakland before Game 2. Now, Jack and Becky have lobbied for some very important sports-related causes in the past. For instance, they went to the World Series last year to try to get fans to sign a petition to remove the line, "Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks," from "Take me out to the ballgame," because their son Landon has a peanut allergy. That didn't work, but Jack and Becky are undeterred, and this time around we sent them to try to convince fans of the Golden State Warriors to change their team name to something less violent, and here's how that went over.
Make love, not warriors. Make love, not warriors. Make love, not warriors.
Hi, how are you doing today?
Oh, can't get any better than this.
Good, good. My name's Becky. This is Jack, my husband. We were wondering if you'd be willing to sign our petition. We want to change the name Warriors to something less violent. How do you feel about that?
I couldn't disagree more.
Why?
This is a sporting team. I'm sorry. It's a sporting team. It's a metaphor. It talks about a mindset. No, not for war.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about the name.
I'm worried about the name.
It ain't hurting nobody.
It's hurting
The name
us.
is hurting us.
It's hurting
you.
It's
hurting
our
son,
Landon.
It's hurting you. Okay, well, Landon, I'm sorry. How's the name hurting you? It ain't hurting us.
Our son plays for the Junior Warriors in a nearby basketball league, and he gets beat up by the other players.
Because the other players are like, "We're the Warriors," and they push him.
They push him?
They push him.
He plays for the Young Warriors right here.
Yes, he does.
He does get punched and hit by people all the time.
Because his other teammates are like, "We're the Warriors, pow."
We love war. And 100% we know that it's because of the name the Warriors.
Have you ever been punched?
Absolutely, I've been punched. What I want to know is why you're supporting the death of millions on the battlefield.
Okay. I'm sorry that you believe that I'm supporting the death of millions. Because I am not.
I'm sorry that you believe that I just believe that when it's actually true. No, my belief is not your belief.
I'm sorry.
We
want to talk about
my
our
son
son.
Landon.
Okay, that's and this
My
is
son
basketball.
Landon gets rocks thrown at him because your team is called the Warriors.
You're thinking about his son.
You're acting like the kids. You're acting like the kids that are on his team. You're acting like the kids that are on his team.
Junior Warriors
You're
right
acting
now.
like Junior Warriors right now.
This sport in general is violent.
I think that that's another problem with the
Yeah.
sport in general. To be honest.
Well, now you're trying to end a sport that's popular.
I'm not trying to end
across
any
the-
sport. Like that's a
Sports are
two
great.
steps down the line kind of thing. Like right now we're just talking to Mark Stern about like changing the name. You know who else loved war as much as you do? Adolf Hitler.
Yeah. You know what? Well, we're not the Nazis.
If you have to talk about Hitler, you have no point.
Let's calm down, okay?
Are you guys thinking about Hitler right now? You're thinking about basketball.
You're the one who keeps yelling Hitler.
Thank you.
You're yelling Hitler everywhere. Calm down, guys.
You guys are getting violent.
You guys have Warriors
You
blood
guys
in you.
are
You guys are getting violent, just like Warriors fans.
And we have not harmed you. Our son asked me last night if the Warriors won, are we gonna die?
He wanted to know if he's gonna die if the Warriors win.
You guys initiated a conversation.
Namaste.
Well, then take it off. Take the word war off for sure. What about the peace here? You can't be for peace and war. Unless you're Tolstoy. Namaste, guys.
Namaste.
What's that mean?
Namaste.
What that mean?
Namaste.
Namaste.
You saying that? I'll stay here. Ask you.
No,
Namaste.
Make love, not
Warriors.
Tonight on the show, we have music from R5. Tyler, the creator, is here, and we'll be right back with Zoe Saldana, so stick around.
portions of Jimmy Kimmel Live are brought to you by Gillette and Old Spice. Get Dad what he really wants this Father's Day. Visit your nearest Rite Aid today or go to RiteAid.com.
Individual who has many interesting things to say. Tyler, the Creator, is here with us. And then later, from right here in the city of Los Angeles, their new album comes out July 10th. It's called Sometime Last Night, R5 from the AT&T stage. By the way, they're on tour starting July 7th in Orange Park, Florida. Sorry, I'm flustered. On Sunday night, we are back with another game night special in prime time with Channing Tatum and the cast of Magic Mike XXL. That's before the game at 7 Eastern, 6 Central, and after the game on the West Coast. Our first guest tonight is a very gifted actress who's forced to spend more time at Comic-Con than with her own family. You know her from Star Trek, Guardians of the Galaxy, Avatar. Next, she is on Earth alongside Mark Ruffalo in the new movie Infinitely Polar Bear.
Seconds, anyone?
Thank you, Cam, for this delicious dinner.
Could be like this every night.
Yes, that would be nice, but I'm a husband, not a wife.
I would like to be a husband, but my wife won't let me.
Your wife would let you be a husband if you made it possible for her to just be your wife.
He wants her to be a wife, but she insists on being a husband who makes me be his wife.
Infinitely Polar Bear opens in theaters June 19th. Please say hello to Zoe Saldana. Fantastic.
Thank you.
Congratulations. How long has it been since you had your twin boys?
6.5 months.
6.5 months, and I can only imagine. We have a baby at home.
Congratulations,
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. But I can't even imagine having two of them simultaneously.
Don't, because it's it's great. It's a blessing. We know because people keep telling us. We're very, very happy. It's just like whatever you do, if you change a diaper and you put one down, it's like you have to do it all over again. And that's when they're having, when they're in a good mood. But if they're having like a little tantrum, it's at the same time. And then like you put one to sleep because we're sleep training right now.
Oh. Yeah, that's terrible.
Sleep training twins is no joke because you put one to sleep and you lay him down and the other one has been asleep, but then that one wakes up and then the other one wakes up, so then everybody's crying. Then my husband and I are crying. You're like, oh my God.
People don't know what sleep training is, and I didn't realize this either, is that you just let them cry, and what is it? You have to wait like 15 minutes, let them cry.
It's overwhelming because there's so many different methods, and just the other day, my sister, who has a 9-month-old, shared with us the method that she did, and she brought the piece of paper and grabbed us both with a bottle of vodka.
She gives the babies vodka?
No, she grabbed the vodka. She's like, what do you guys have? Because that's how her husband did it, because the moment you hear your child cry, it's like it rips the guts out of you.
Yeah, it's terrible.
And it's like, we have two, so it's crazy. So there was a bottle of Skinny Girl, and we had the monitor with the volume all the way high, and we have this little note thing that you have to, like this log, that you have to be logging in all the time, and we put them down, Mommy and Daddy loves you, and Italian and Spanish. We'll get to that later. And then we walk out, and they're having a meltdown. So then you have to time it, then you go in, and my sister was just like, I'm like, can we go in? Can we go? She goes, okay, go in now. And we go in, and I'm like, what do we do? Don't know eye contact, just say Mommy and Daddy loves you in Italian, Spanish, and then she would come and pull us out. So by the third time, I mean, it had been 45 minutes already. We were kind of buzzed. It's heart-wrenching. My husband doesn't drink, and he was just like, give me that bottle. So then we go in, and we just finally, we abort. We abort mission. We take our kids. I take one, he takes the other, and we're both crying. The boys are like, their bodies are weeping, when they do that. And you go, oh, my God, he's never going to forgive me for this. And then Marco and I are talking in the room going, it's not for us. It's too archaic. There has to be a more gentle method. We cannot. They did it because they're insensitive. They don't care about their children. My sister's outside with the monitor at full volume.
Oh, no.
And our best friend. And we were just like, oh. When they were like, we get it.
Okay, they didn't get mad?
No, are you kidding me?
You got to be careful with those baby monitors, all sorts of things.
Yes, all sorts of things.
I think the babies should be in separate rooms because I don't know how, because they wake each other up, right?
They do. They wake each other up. But it's just, I don't know, they were born together.
Yeah.
It's unnatural to separate them. In my mind, it just
one
makes
of them to
sense.
speak Spanish and one of them to speak Italian.
I don't know what they're going to speak because right now we're talking to them in English and Italian and Spanish. And then what's most confusing is that my mom would like to be called a certain way as a grandmother. In Spanish, it's mama.
Okay.
So I'm mommy. And then his mother is la nona. So I'm like, how are they going to do this between la nona, mama, and mommy?
They're
I'm like,
not. They're going to call
Italian, Spanish, and English.
Yeah.
I kind of have a feeling they're probably going to tell us, like, their first word's going to be like, English, this is America.
There's almost no question that is going to happen.
They will. They'll roll their eyes like, English.
Grody. Yeah.
It's what I did at the
Do
house.
kids still say grody? Do babies say grody nowadays? Yeah.
What is
My
grody?
daughter only says dada. That's it. And that's how I'd like it to stay.
Well, first...
So this movie, by the way, has no polar bears in it at all.
No.
No. Tell us a little bit about the movie.
Well, the whole thing about Infinitely Polar Bear is because I don't know if it was Maya or China. They didn't know at the time when their father was diagnosed with bipolar disorder. They were too little to understand and too little to even say the whole phrase. So they said polar bear. My dad's polar bear.
Right.
So that's why the
And these are
film
the characters
is called...
in the movie.
Oh, yes,
people who wrote the movie.
I play Maggie, who is actually, first of all, let's start from scratch. The director's Maya Forbes, who used to write for Larry Sanders Show, by the way. So she has a very humorous background. But she basically wrote this film about her life experience growing up with a dad that was affected by, was suffering from bipolar disorder, and how her mom had to go and leave them with their dad and care of their dad to go get a career so that she can also provide so that the girls can have a really good education. And it's just about life growing up with a dad that's a bipolar, but he's always there and he cares so much. And what I love the most about this movie is that it is dealing with a very heavy subject, but Maya wanted to really share the fact that it was a love song to her parents, that even though that was the situation that they had as a family, they still had all the love in the world. They were still happy every day, and they made it work.
Right.
So that was why I think, Mark and I fell in love with the script.
Well, that's a very sweet. And speaking of love, your husband, I read this in the news, and I presume it to be true, took
Mr.
your
Saldana.
last name. His name's Marco.
Nobody laughs. Men don't laugh in the room.
He took your last name, which, did you make him do that?
No. Oh, my God. Why does it mean like a woman has to like hold a gun? It's like, you're going to be Saldana.
I don't know. It's a weird thing.
No, but I took his. Why doesn't that make it in the news,
Oh, you took his?
Of course.
You traded last names?
No, we did. I'm Saldana. We hyphened. I'm Saldana Perego, and he's Perego Saldana.
Oh,
but I was
okay.
a gentleman, and I allowed the boys to be Perego Saldana. I'm like, your name needs to go first. But no, it was his decision.
You have a very confusing house. I don't know what's going on in that house. I really do. It sounds good, though, Marco Saldana.
We just let everybody be, and it's like whatever you want to do. It's so funny. I was telling Marco today about. He goes, well, who's the guest with you? And I'm like, well, who's a musical guest? Because he loves music. And I'm like, it's Tyler, the Creator. And I showed him some clips. He goes, oh, I love hip-hop, he says. Because he can't pronounce the H.
Foreigners are adorable. There's no two ways about it. I mean, look at this guy over there. He can't get enough of that.
Hi, how are you?
Zoe Saldana, everybody. Infinitely Polar Bear opens June 19th. Thank you very much, Zoe. We'll be right back.
The Jimmy Kimmel Live Concert Series is presented by AT&T, mobilizing your world.
Father's Day is next weekend. Don't forget, as a father myself, I can tell you, your dad has enough ties. We have enough back scratchers. We have enough novelty golf paraphernalia. So this year, why not get your dad something he can actually use? These are the Gillette and Old Spice gift sets from Rite Aid. There's something any dad will love, especially our own Guillermo.
Son, are you going to buy me a gift for Father's Day?
Yes, Papa.
Oh, I hope it is Gillette Shave and Old Spice shower gift sets.
It's a surprise. Do you like cotton balls?
No, I don't need cotton balls.
Oh. Do you like 200 dinner napkins?
I don't need 200 dinner napkins, son.
Oh. Do you like a fun, flirty top?
No, I don't need a fun, flirty top.
Oh. Do you like a circus peanut feast?
I don't need circus peanut feast, son.
Oh. Do you like magnesium sulfate?
I don't need magnesium sulfate.
Oh, how about these?
Wow. And this one too?
Sure.
Son, I love you.
That's beautiful. I never knew my father.
Until today. Randall, I am your father.
Dad?
Also, son, someone spilled fruit punch on aisle 2.
Oh.
Give your dad the best a man can get and make him smell like a man with Gillette and Old Spice Father's Day gift sets at Rite Aid.
We'll be right back with Tyler, the Creator. Got his start as part of the hip-hop collective Odd Future. He's on his own now, making music and technology, too. His latest album is called Cherry Bomb, and he has an app called Golf Media that has absolutely nothing to do with golf. Please welcome Tyler, the Creator. How you doing? What's happening?
What's up, guys?
You're dressed a little bit like a golfer. But you are not. Your clothing company's golf, and you have the app is golf, but you don't like golf, right?
Yeah, it's I'm not coordinated, and golfing is kind of boring for me. But the word looks sick on stuff. I'm telling you, just write it down.
It is a good word, golf, isn't it? Where did this word come from?
Did you see my sick jump?
I couldn't see from this angle. Oh my God! Wow, like Spider-Man. I tell you something. We've had a lot of guests here. No one has ever done that. So you really are the creator. Where did the name Tyler, the Creator come from?
All right, so I had 3 MySpaces, right? And one of them was Tyler something, and then another one was Tyler something, and then I had a MySpace that just had all my drawings and a couple beats I made and like random ideas and stuff, and I put it under Tyler the Creator because I couldn't think of anything else. That page got more popular, and then I just ran with it. I did not plan this out at all.
I think that's smart. I have to say, when I first saw your name in print, Tyler the Creator, I was intrigued. I wanted to know what's going on here. Does this guy have his own religion? What is happening?
Not yet. I've been trying to start a cult, and I failed.
Well, you got to keep trying. You're very young. How old are you?
24.
You've been successful for a few years now. Have you ever had a regular job?
I worked at Starbucks and FedEx, and oh my God, horrible.
Was it really bad?
Starbucks was cool because I stole cheese danishes every day. FedEx was so depressing. It was just the spirit there, just older dudes like just pushing boxes, but okay with it, and it scared the living hell out of me. So I quit after a week and 4 days.
How long did you work at Starbucks?
2.5 years, and this lady named Cindy, she was a new manager, she hated on me, and she fired me, and I hope she's watching because I still hate her.
Cindy, huh? Thank you so much. I hate you, Cindy.
Is Cindy aware of your success?
I hope, and I hope her firing me was the greatest moment of my life.
Was it really?
My change was free.
Wow. How did she do it? She sit you down and say it's time to go?
Dude, one of the shift managers warned me like 10 minutes before she fired me, so I had 9 minutes to call my mom asking her what I should do.
Oh.
Yeah, it was tight. I didn't even, somebody was like, yo, you're getting fired in 9 minutes, boy.
And what did your mom tell you to do?
First, she was gonna sue Starbucks. Then we figured out they did nothing wrong. So
that's no reason not to sue.
The phone. So okay, that was 9 minutes. So I had about 4 minutes left to figure out what to do. So I manned up and said, "All right, I'll get fired," and I ate like 3 cheese danishes.
You did the right thing. That's what I would have told you to do. Were you a good employee there?
I mean, Look, hey, I was nice. I was cool with people, man. I like talking to people. I didn't kiss ass to the people who worked there and the manager, and I think she found that intimidating. Also, I was the youngest there, so I had that attitude, like, worst come to worst, I could find another job, and I think she didn't like that. That's why she just...
I see. And did you spell everyone's names right and get their orders correctly? I mean, that's the...
Well, that's not even difficult. Like, just like, what's your name? If they say it and you can't hear it, you ask them again, and it's not that complicated. Like,
well, sounds like you could have done some employee training there.
No, I would have been the worst.
Tell me about this app that you have, because I downloaded it today, and it's very.
You see my sex tape?
No, I did not see your sex tape. I saw you I saw you take off part of your clothes, not all of it. I saw I saw some cartoon videos.
All right, so I do a lot of stuff. I'm making short. I made this app thing. I don't even like calling it an app. I want my own television network, but since people don't watch TV that much no more, no offense. I basically put my world in this one spot. So, like, me and my friend were writing a cartoon. We have so many other original things, like shows, basically, that's going to be going on here. I do cool stuff like I want to own a movie theater one day, so I'm renting out movie theaters across America and showing my favorite movies. So last week I showed Superbad in Austin. Tomorrow in New York I showed Zoolander with Ben Stiller and Will Ferrell.
And you invite people to come.
Yeah, like if you're a fan, you can just come. And then like I'm gonna do other cool stuff. Like, it's so much other cool stuff I'm missing out. I have a radio station because I love music a lot, so I put like 600 songs that I personally listen to all the time on there just to show people different music. It's so much other stuff that I'm forgetting because, yeah, but if you want, just get it. It's tight.
It's called Golf
Media. It's gonna get crazy in a year, and I actually might put a sex tape on there. But
you're right. That'll be great for the retiree who thinks it's a golf app and accidentally puts it on his phone.
Exactly.
And this is the CD. The artwork all done by you. It's called Cherry Bomb. But please disregard the spelling. This is the kind of spelling that got you kicked out of Starbucks.
Look at that. I just got that.
You got a tattoo?
Yeah, a week ago.
Oh, we should get one of Matt LeBlanc.
I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
Who's Matt LeBlanc?
Never mind.
No, who is that? I want to know.
I don't know, but he's at home very sad right now.
Wait, why did everyone say
He was on Friends. He was on Friends. He's Joey.
Did he die?
No. His spirit just died. Look, there's who he is right there. Yeah, that's Matt LeBlanc. Tyler, the Creator, everybody. Golf Media is his app. We'll be right back with R5.
The Jimmy Kimmel Live Concert Series is presented by AT&T, mobilizing your world. The Jimmy Kimmel Live Concert Series is presented by AT&T, mobilizing your world.
My special thanks to Zoe Saldana, Tyler, the Creator. Apologies to Matt Damon. We did run out of time for him. Nightline is next, but first, this is our album. It's called Sometime Last Night. It comes out July 10th, making their late-night television debut with the song All Night, R5.
Thanks for having us.
We're staying all night. Got Blue Jean Baby playing in my mind. She kissed me so high, giving me faith, I gotta testify. And the way that she walks, I can't hide it. If I said I don't like it, I'm lying. Hold tight, yeah. A little bit of love will change your life. She said I'm out of my head, I'm going out of my mind. And when I'm out on the edge, will you save me, save me? Can we live for the moment? Can we live for the night? Can we forget what was broken? And say we'll be alright. 'Cause even if we change, we'll always be the same. All night. I promise if you stay, we'll never fade away. All night. And now it's midnight, and I can feel your electricity. Give me this guitar. Yeah, good girls ain't never making history. No. And we dance in the streets till the morning. Never sleep when the city is calling. Hold tight. yeah. A little bit of love will change your life, change your life. She said, I'm out of my head, I'm going out of my mind, and when I'm out on the edge, will you save me, save me? Can we live for the moment? Can we live for the night? Can we forget what was broken and say we'll be alright? 'Cause even if we change, we'll always be the same. Alright, I promise if you stay, we'll never fade away. Alright, yeah. We'll be alright. We'll be alright. We'll be alright. We'll be alright. And we got nothing but time. So make the most of this life. Take all the wrongs and the rights. Forget them all and just say, oh, just say it now. We'll be alright. Alright. 'Cause even if we change, we'll always be the same. Alright. I promise if you stay, we'll never fade away. Go. Alright. 'Cause even if we change, we'll always be the same. Alright. I promise if you stay, we'll never fade away. Alright. Alright.